Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope you guys ended the day off strong today. I know that not everyone was in the green today, and that's totally fine. I know a lot of people that ended the day off red, as we have a lot of volatility in the markets. As you know, we are in the month of January, and I expect this month to continue to have some volatility compared to what we will see in the future. I also see February possibly being a volatile month, but I think that we'll still get back. I think that everything will be fine in terms of the market. I'm sure you all know what's currently going on, but I don't want to get into that. I want to let you guys know about a stock that I am just kind of happy with right now because I initially bought a position at around $13, the high 13s actually, around 1380s, and as soon as I invested on that day, ARK Invest started buying it. Now, what is this stock? The ticker symbol is LGVW, and the company name is Longview Acquisition Corp. Now, they're going to be merging soon. I think it's like the end of quarter one, so it should be pretty soon, within a month or two. But it's backed up by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and I'm sure you all know that if you guys at least know the ticker. And many of you guys know that ARK Invest started purchasing shares. Now, let's just scroll down here. By the way, I am using this tracker, I guess. It basically has an algorithm, I think, and it just collects data based on like what ARK Invest sells and buys. And I think you guys are gonna like what I got for you, okay? And if you guys would like to see more of what ARK is buying and selling, and you guys don't really know where to find this information, make sure you go ahead and subscribe because I will make sure that I will answer your questions, guys. If you guys are like, why is this stock like just randomly going up? Well, maybe ARK Invest bought it. And if you guys would like to see more in detail about when they're buying it, how much they're buying, like how much they're increasing or decreasing their position, I'll be more than glad to help you guys out, and I'll provide videos related to the stock that you guys are questioning, okay? But for today's purposes, we are going to be going over LGVW. Now, let's just go back to when they first started buying. Okay, so it was November 23rd, right here, and they initially bought 459,000 shares. We could round that to 450,000, it doesn't really matter. But they bought in, yeah, see, they bought in around the 1360, the $13 area, I'm sorry. And I actually got into this company before they invested. And, that's not to brag. I'm just stating that I was honestly shocked when I saw the price go up within literally 30 minutes. It was crazy, right? So when I saw that ARK started buying, I just increased my position. I started from the 13s, and then as soon as I found out they were buying, I increased, right? Because I'm going to be going more in detail about this in a later video or possibly into this video, but this stock, I didn't realize it at first, but LGVW actually falls into this sector, which is the biotechnology sector. And I'm sure that you guys have been hearing this word a lot recently, with stocks such as Bingo. That one is really hyped up right now because some are saying that ARK might invest in it. Personally, I'm not really sure, but if you guys wanted to take advantage of it, I feel like a lot of the advantage was already taken of the stock. And now the only catalyst, I guess, that is left is whether or not ARK does actually invest. Now, I mentioned in my last video, before Bingo was even trading at $4. No, no, no. Before Bingo was trading at $5 a share, whatever. I think it was trading at either 315 or 415. I honestly don't remember because the price has fluctuated so much. It was below $5. I know that. I stated that I thought Bingo was going to hit $6, and I said that I was not going to sell the stock unless it hit at least $6, and I based that off the price of the warrants. Because back then the warrants were trading pretty expensive, and now I'm not really sure what they trade for. I can look into that a little bit later, but that's not the purpose of this video, right? So LGVW, I saw that. Well, I realized that they were into biotech. It is a disruptive innovation because they're trying to get into like ultrasounds. You just plug the device into your phone, and then you'll be able to get a lot of information out of that rather than having to go to the hospital. But of course, you could still go. I'm not saying that you don't have to go to the hospital entirely. I'm just saying that it really does provide a nice alternative. And I'm sure you guys all know, but this is exactly what Kathy and her team try to target. They try to target products like this because, Well, obviously, they think it's going to do well in the future, right? They think that it'll be a nice investment for the long term, okay? So let's talk more about that though. So November 23rd, they purchased roughly 450,000 shares right here. Then we go to November 24th, they added they're now standing at 464,000. So they added to their position, they added then they just remain the same constant whatever. Then they added to their position, added, and then they added a lot more right here, right? And then they added a little bit, then they added added again, they added, and you guys get the trend, right? So they added all the way up to December 31st. No, no, no. They added all the way till December 30th. I was going to say December 31st just to give you guys a clearer picture of like the old year versus the new year, because their last, I guess, transaction was on December 31st, and they sold a little, very tiny portion of their shares on December 31st. But I was looking at December 30th because this was the last day of last year of 2020 that they purchased a new set of shares, right? So they went from December 29th to having 1.4, million shares, and then on December 30th, they got 1.5 million shares. And we see that they actually, on December 31st, trimmed their position very lightly, it was not big whatsoever. No reason to be scared. And then we start the new year and they repurchase shares. And then they purchased shares again the next day. And then on January 6th, they added more. And this leads me to believe that it's actually making me kind of conflicted because I'm not sure whether I want to hold this stock for a year or two or three or four, or if I want to ride the wave and just sell it for short term around the day of the merger. Now, what do you guys think? If you guys could comment down below, are you guys going to sell before and or after the merger, or are you guys just going to be like, I believe in this product and I'm going to hold it for the long term, right? Now, I'm kind of leaning towards buying heavy until we get closer to the merger because I believe that they will keep on adding shares of LGVW. And it seems that even though LGVW is trading, a few points lower than its all-time highs, so now it's sitting at roughly not well today it's actually sitting at 19, but the last trading day I think it was at like 18, right? So, we gap up and down some days, but regardless of price action, ARK is still buying. And I think that's really important. So, like I said, it's kind of making me conflicted. Should I keep it for at least a year and just see where this stock takes me? Because not only is it backed by ARKG, but now we're seeing, well, this was already backed by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, but you also got them. So they see something in this, and I know I might be making a mistake, but I think I'm going to keep on buying heavy. And around the day of the merger, I think I'm going to lock in half profits, right? So I think I'm going to let the rest slide because I still really am bullish on this company and the outlooks of it. Not only that, but they have some really strong people that are backing it up. And until I see ARKG, start selling off their shares of LGVW in heavy quantities or in heavy amounts, I will not be selling the remaining shares that I decide to keep for the long term. And if ARKG decides that they're going to start selling heavy, I will make sure that I'll put out a video ASAP so you guys can see it because I don't want to leave you guys in the dust. I don't want to leave you guys behind. You guys do not deserve that whatsoever. So that is basically what I have to say about LGVW. And now the question becomes, well, if you're going to take a position on it and only ride it for a short amount of time, but then keep the rest for the long term, when are you going to sell it for those short term gains? And to that, so that's like the price target question, right? And I see this stock going to about definitely $25, but again, this is just my opinion. So I don't control your account. This is completely my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor, but I could see this stock hitting $25. And I know that we were actually very close to that, but then we had a bit of a sell off, and now we're actually trading at around $19 a share. But my near term price target on this has got to be at least $25. And as we get closer and closer to the merger date, which they still have not announced the exact date, if I'm not mistaken, they might have announced it, but I can't find it anywhere. All I see is the end of quarter one, right? So as long as we get closer and closer to the merger date, think that we'll see this stock go even above $25 and possibly into the 30s. And then after that, it's really up to long-term gains, meaning that possibly in the short term, it could go up even higher. If there is a lot, if more bullish outlook comes out on the stock and ARK keeps on buying more, which I will update you guys on. If you guys want to know that, just make sure you guys subscribe. If ARK keeps on buying more, then maybe 30 might not even be a good place to sell it to some extent. Again, it depends on what type of trader you are. If you're someone that really likes to be secure and take profits, go ahead, take it out at 25. If it hits there, take it out at 30 and, leave a quarter of your position for the long term, right? But in the long term, I do see this stock hitting around $50 a share, and that is if the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation still support this stock, and if Kathy Wood still supports this stock, and if the company continues to grow. They have some really exciting numbers for how they're going to grow in the future, and as long as they can meet those expectations, I don't see any problem with the stock. And some of you guys might be thinking, oh, this is just like the hype is only because ARKG bought in and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation support it. But you have to understand that with their transactions, whether it be a buy or sell, there's always a reason behind it. Because at any point, if they find this stock to be ineffective or it's just not performing to the extent they want it to, well, that obviously should be alarming. That should be a signal. However, if they keep on continuing to buy it like we've been seeing, then there's no reason to worry about it with this short-term volatility and, the price action fluctuating up and down, one day it goes up, one day it goes down. Because if investors like, Bill and Melinda Gates and ARKG continues to buy it, I have no problem with it, okay? So that is going to wrap up my video today, guys. This is just one of the stocks that I wanted to touch on because I've been seeing that they keep on buying the stock ever since like late November and early December. They've just been on a roll with buying the stock, and I just wanted to keep you guys updated. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, like I said before, please make sure to subscribe. And if you guys are confused about a stock, if ARK is buying or selling into it, let me know in the comments. Just write down the ticker and make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you guys like the video, and I will be more than happy to take a look at the stock. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.